Okay, let's dive in. A specific document has popped up recently, getting quite a bit of attention.
Yeah, we're talking about this memo, right? Reportedly dated around June 4th, 2025.
Exactly. And it's
Yeah.
being called the Trump Autopen Memo against Biden. That's the term floating around.
And our goal here really is just to look closely at the source material you've got. What does it actually say about this memo?
Right. Not dissecting the memo's claims themselves, no.
No, just understanding what the source tells us about, its existence, how it supposedly came about.
So, sticking only to what our source reports,
Mhm.
the main thing is this memo.
Attributed to Donald Trump. That's the claim.
And interestingly, reportedly signed with an autopin. And the content, well, the source says it's all about criticizing Joe Biden's actions.
And the source seems to emphasize that combination, doesn't it? You've got the formal memo format,
Right.
attribution to Trump, and then this specific detail about the Autopin signature.
And the timing. The source pins it right around June 4th, 2025.
It does. And the source makes it pretty clear the whole thing is, well, critical.
Yeah, framed as a direct critique of Biden's positions or maybe actions, our source doesn't list every single criticism.
No, it keeps it general on that front, but it frames the memo itself as like a pointed attack.
Using this seemingly official document format.
Which is an interesting choice, as the source kind of highlights, isn't it? It's not just a quick statement or, a social media blast.
No, it's presented reportedly as something more formal, aimed squarely at a political opponent.
And then there's that detail the source really zooms in on, the autopin.
Yeah, it specifically calls out the autopin, not just a signature.
Right. And the reporting on that detail, well, makes you wonder perhaps about the scale of communications, maybe.
Or the process behind it, how these things get approved or sent out. It adds a layer, doesn't it, to how the message is supposedly authorized or attributed.
So if you put those pieces together based on the source,
Mm-hmm.
you get this picture, a document that looks formal, linked to a major political figure,
Trump, yeah.
signed in a very specific, maybe unusual way, the autopin,
Right.
appearing around a certain date, and it's all aimed at criticizing his opponent.
It's that mix of elements the source seems to find significant.
Exactly, that combination.
Okay, so let's just quickly sum up the key takeaway just from our source material.
Okay.
A memo came to light on or about June 4th, 2025.
Yeah.
It's attributed, reportedly, to Donald Trump.
Signed via autopin, according to the source.
And its content, as reported, is focused on criticizing Joe Biden's actions.
And just to reiterate, we've purely explored what the source you provided reports about this document. Its origin, its form, its target, as described there.
Which does lead to a final thought, something for you, the listener, to maybe mull over.
Mm-hmm.
What is this reported use of, well, formal-looking documents like memos and these specific methods like autopins?
Mm-hmm.
What does using them in modern politics against opponents tell us?
About campaign strategies today, maybe?
Yeah. Or just how information gets packaged and attributed to the political sphere now. What does that make you think about? Something to consider.